The reigning world champs still perfect here as we head into week 3 of the North American League play for RLCS, and they're taking on Evil Geniuses now today. Evil Geniuses have had their ups and downs, mostly downs of late. They need to find a way to get back up on that upward trend on the roller coaster and see if they can just keep on going up.
Well, I mean, the roller coasters, it's good because they do go up. But roller coasters also come back down.
That's the problem. I was like, they're on the roller coaster going up. Wait, no, we don't want them on a roller coaster. We want them to keep going up. Here's the thing, though. Today, though, Chiefs, the winning teams are outscoring the losing teams by how much?
A lot to a little.
22-2.
There we go. You're better at math than I am.
Right now, we have not had anything close to an even series. We've had 2 raffle stomps. We'll see if VG and Cloud9 can give us a better match.
And this is a fairly interesting matchup as well, I will agree, because again, like they said, EG has been struggling on defense a little bit last week as well, and you do know Cloud9 is going to be applying a lot of pressure, but again, you will see plenty of pressure coming out of EG on offense, and perhaps that speed comes back to bite Cloud9 a little bit, because they bite off more than they can chew if somebody gets demoed.
Torment and Gimmick with a double commit. Corrupted G wins the challenge. Now Drippe moving up with Squishy in front of him to work against. Gets it past him and now into the corner. Gimmick will neutralize the drive. Push it back out towards midfield, but Corrupted G has other ideas. Now Squishy uncontested out of his corner back to midfield.
And we'll be curious to see as well how Evil Geniuses try and get the ball past the midfield. Unfortunately, that is not going to be the right way to do it. A big miss, and actually it'll be Gimmick getting the first bump. Squishy wants 2, and saved by Drippe.
Drippe gets it away. Squishy had so much time. There was no challenge on the lofted ball from Torment out of the corner, but now Torment passed to 1. Drippe gets this one away, but Squishy airborne once more, dropped into the midfield. Here comes Gimmick, a bit of a lofter onto the backboard. But the EG defense struggling to get it out of their own back third. They're still going to have to play more. As Cloud9 still putting the pressure on.
Great touch from Drippe, though, to get the ball back and cleared out away from real danger. And it will allow Evil Geniuses to try and get a foothold, and a nice save from Torment.
Double commitment, though. Corrupted G up. Another shot. Torment doesn't make it. Gimmick gets it away, but he bumps Squishy out of net. Corrupted G looking to pass it back out, but Drippe can't find the immediate shot to take advantage of that open net. Evil Geniuses with some opportunities, and Cloud9, the few chinks in the armor, but no goals on the board for either side.
Oh, but that's a big miss from Drippe, and Corrupted G, way to bail him out. Take the pressure off.
Corrupted G now over the top of 1. Drippe rotates into net. It's Classics, tries to trap this. But Gimmick gets it away from him. Now off the wall, onto the hood of Corrupted G. Sends it long into the blue. Torment sends it onto the backboard, and Drippe responds. Back and forth contact as both teams is opting to punt to each other. Say, here, you take it. Want to watch you make the mistake, and now Squishy and Gimmick working this one down the field. Classics makes the save, and Torment is up. Into the corner, Drippe, no contact. Torment immediately grabs himself, looking for the pass back out to Gimmick. 2 players up from the defense, and they get it away. Classic sends it to the corner. Drippe tries to extend it, but he gives the ball to Squishy, and a boomer upper 90. It's out. So close, but couldn't make it in.
And it was a good idea from Squishy to go back behind Classics as he was rotating into the net, because he could only defend the near post.
Oh, there
and
it is.
the second opportunity to the top of the box, Gimmick to Squishy Muffins. They finally break him down.
Finally just take shooting dead center with no goalies. Just have to beat Drippe. He's a little bit out of position. Squishy's able to get the first goal of our series past halftime. A valiant defensive effort, though, from Evil Geniuses so far.
And Corrupted G has brought the pirate hat back.
Good.
I agree.
I think that was the problem.
That was half the mojo for him.
Yep. Got to keep the tradition strong here.
But it will be interesting because you already noticed, I talked about it in the pre-show a little bit, Evil Geniuses on offense. It's all about the decision-making of that second man in the rotation, or the third man being willing to play further back. And you saw Classics actually do that on the last possession from Cloud9. He went all the way back, was able to stop the first one, but they won't stop number 2. Gimmick is just has everybody beat because everybody in the net for Evil Geniuses.
But it was Gimmick up to Torment, deep in enemy territory, drops it straight down, and then Gimmick chases down his own pass, says thank you very much. Torment up by 2 now are the world champs. And a spectacular goal to get him there.
That is the speed from Cloud9 that has always been able to break so many teams down time and time again. And it is working quite well here in game number 1, to say the least.
Torment and Gimmick a bit confused on the rotation, but Gimmick wins anyways, as he's able to get to the challenge first. Squishy now back in the middle. Gimmick airborne, Corrupted gets it away from him, and Classics out to chase it down. We'll pinch it with Squishy down the field. It's Torment now looking for Gimmick on the far side. He traps this one, has 2 EG players in front of him, and now Corrupted G looking to extend the play out of the corner. Couldn't make it happen. Drippe back down in the middle. Classics with the long ball. Squishy airborne to his own corner as Torment sets up in goal. Drippe gets it past him, but it's a bit high, and Corrupted G won't be able to find a shot. Now back behind 2. Corrupted tries to challenge, but Gimmick gets it through him, and now the dribble past another one all the way down. Nobody home in the net, and he'll sink it. No, it's just wide. Gimmick and Squishy over on the side will have to play defense now.
That's that very risk-heavy approach that Evil Geniuses has that puts them in so much trouble. They got lucky that that one didn't sneak its way into the back of the net as Corrupted G makes a nice save. But just one missed challenge in the midfield, and it put him in a couple different 2-on-1s, and it cost him a lot of time as well.
Gimmick playing hot potato. Plays it onto his own backboard, carries it across, gets another hit to take it away from the midfield offense. Evil Geniuses struggling to find any sort of ball control in the waning seconds of game number 1. This one going actually towards the goal will go across the net and be just fine. Torment slows this down to make sure it goes up and not in on the contact challenge. Drippe with a loft. Here comes Corrupted G looking for a shot. It's a bit high. Needs some help. Classics up. Torment getting bullied in net.
Nice job.
Oh, save. Are you kidding me? Cloud9. They managed to stay perfect in game number 1 just when it looked like the drought was going to break from Evil Geniuses. Torment falls from the heavens and says, no, we're perfect here in game 1.
It really did come out of nowhere. I thought for sure that was going into the back of the net. Corrupted G was right in his face, pushed him all the way to the back of the goal, and it's like, all right, they'll have a chance at a kickoff and maybe get an equalizer, and I don't know how Torment was able to pull that one out of the net. That was crazy.
He's a wall, man. They were lauding his offensive efforts at the end of last season, but this is where he made his name, was just being that strong backbone for Cloud9. Gimmick and Squishy are always able to rely on Torment, and even in the situations where they don't really need it, and the chances of the kickoff goal having to tie it up, very, very slim there. But Cloud9 play perfectly, get that one out.
Play perfectly, but they could have had it in a much more comfortable fashion. They had a couple of shots that they really could have put EG down with earlier on, but at the end of the day, the speed is really what broke Evil Geniuses down. It was such that second goal from Gimmick, if you remember, because you were talking about it. Evil Geniuses rotating into the net, and already as soon as it popped off the backboard, Gimmick was right there for it, and even if they were able to get turned around, it was going to be too slow. Yeah, no, right now, Cloud9 definitely with all the pieces to the puzzle. Yeah, like you said, a few moments that they could have tightened up, but really no need to fix it when it ain't broke at the moment. Evil Geniuses, all the weight on them, and I feel like that their back third play has been fine. They've been holding off most of the offensive pushes and challenging when they need to make things difficult for the world champs. But right now, midfield game could be a little bit stronger. They need to give themselves more opportunities to score in Cloud9 territory. It is that decision making again, because they were willing to take a risk. You saw it in that game number 1. It was an opportunity. If they won possession, it was going to be pretty good. The problem is they didn't win possession, and it cost them so much time, and that's really the problem. They go for it, and sometimes it's just a little bit too much to ask. Classics whiffing on the cheat up there at the very first kickoff of the day. Drippe, though, will find a shot. Torment again says, no, bud. This is my goal. No balls allowed. As Corrupted drops this one down. Drippe now having to rotate back. Gimmick gets it up above him, and Classics and Nell get bumped by Gimmick. Squishy will send in the goal. A perfect play, and Cloud9's got the lead. That actually goes all the way back to that touch right there from Corrupted G. Drippe and Classics, both of them heading over to the side because Corrupted G's language of his car says, we're off the sidewall, somebody get ready for it, and unfortunately just missed the touch. And Drippe and Classic couldn't compensate. Right now, Classics, again, second kickoff in a row, Classics has struggled on the cheat up. Classics a player who is well known for his kickoff play, but usually as the lead player challenging the ball. Not as the second contact, though. Corrupted G will get in the way of Torment, finally create an opening, and Classics is able to score. The first one on the board for Evil Geniuses, indeed a product of Corrupted G coming off the wall there. Actually, no, Torment, I think, took himself off the line, it looked like, on a second look at it. Still could be the pressure. Still could be. Corrupted G definitely getting up in his face, making things difficult. Either way, an opening that is taking advantage of. Evil Geniuses on the board. No perfect shutout here today. I guess if he stays online, he gets bumped. So, yeah. Had to make it out somehow there. Torment now past one. And can Evil Geniuses score 2 goals? Absolutely. I think they definitely can. Because no team's done it yet today after losing game 1. We'll see Torment with another shot here. Drippe gets it away. Corrupted G, and that is Classics was bumped. Need to make the save and gets it up high. Now Gimmick pressuring out of the corner.
Back towards the box, Classics underneath. Torment moving in, confusion on the Evil Geniuses back line. Drippe will find contact, but still, all the challenges being won by Cloud9. So they put it on the backboard once more. Here comes Torment with a shot. Drippe makes the save, but Gimmick's there, looking for the pass across. Actually looking for a shot, and Torment will finally finish it off. Another lead back for Cloud9.
Yeah, this was just rolling around the corners of Evil Geniuses for so long, and every time it got out there, Cloud9 was also able to steal away that corner boost. Lawler was talking about that before the game started. They're going to be in their face. They're going to be stealing all the boosts. They're going to be making it tough. And Evil Geniuses, you touched on it on game number 1. Good job going for challenges when you needed it, but they just couldn't get the ball going the other way.
Here comes Classics. Finally wins second touch. Gimmick. Still get off the backboard, but now Drippe into the corner. Now the pass back to Corrupted G. Nobody home here as Gimmick is able to get back just in time. The shot from Classics is off, and Squishy blocks the final shot. All 3 opportunities come and go, and still only 1 goal for Evil Geniuses.
However, Cloud9 were slow to pick it up a little bit, and it allowed Evil Geniuses to all rotate back, and they're definitely ready for this push here from Cloud9, and they break out fairly easily.
Drippe now onto the backboard, a bit wide, and Squishy will look to carry this one out from his own corner. A nice flick past Classics. Now he's got to pass Corrupted G. It's an open net. He should be able to put it in, and that's a 2-goal lead for Cloud9.
And that's what I was talking about on the pre-show is decision-making a little bit too close. Corrupted G, the third man back, also a little bit too close. A little too much faith in them being able to get a challenge on Squishy Muffins. And all he does is put him with 1 flick, and he's beat 2 players, and it's home free.
Cloud9 looking great. It's Classics. They're on the cheat up once more. He's always been in this position so far in game 2. Classics now into the corner once more as he goes up and bumps Squishy out of his net, but Torment's got all of this one. Corrupted is able to neutralize contact in the midfield, but Squishy also winning an aerial challenge will slow down any advance. Gimmick turns this one around. Challenge from Classics is good. Squishy now passing up to Gimmick, looking back across to Squishy, finds the shot back in. Cloud9's pass plays always immaculate as they get their lead up to 3.
That all starts right before that replay kicked off. Gimmick keeping the ball close to him on the midfield line instead of just banging it towards that corner. Gave it a soft first touch so he could figure out exactly what Evil Geniuses was going to do with it, and then he just made sure to win the challenge out to the middle, passed it right back, and a clean finish.
It's such an is this a fake kickoff from Cloud9 or maybe just a miss there? They were going for a play, it didn't work out as the ball's now into their own corner and Squishy's demolished in goal, but Gimmick able to get it past Classics in the air, and Torment winning the midfield challenge will neutralize any pressure Evil Geniuses would have been able to build. And it is that dribble play in the midfield, choosing to hold on to the ball. You give yourself so many options.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing is the other team has to challenge you. You're going to eliminate 1 player. Torment finds another shot, and this one gets a little bit of help from the other side. Not the sort of goal you want to see on Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, Drippe, definitely the guy who needed to be up for that first one, but wasn't in a good position, was facing backwards, and Corrupted G had to jump at it, was willing to take the risk on it being crossbar down. Unfortunately, it was too high, and he ended up putting it right in his net. But you're absolutely right. Going back to the dribbles, Wavepunk, is dribbles, absolutely. All they do is create opportunity. Even if it doesn't work out for you, the ability to command what happens next in your own terms is a powerful tool.
And you force them to commit 1 player
to something.
To challenge you. Usually he's not going to emerge with ball control either. As Drippe gets this one out to Classics. Torment getting in the way. Gimmick now to the other side with 1 minute and 22 left to go. Evil Genius is still looking for the 2nd goal of the series. Torment now on the wall. Back over will be Classics. To the side, Squishy puts it high. Corrupted G trying to drop it in, but Gimmick coming out of his own net. And what maybe probably was going to be a goal. Another save.
But it was a wise wait from Drippe. Of course, if he goes up for that and he misses, then it's just toast. And you're looking at 6-1 for Evil Geniuses, so it really is run out the clock here.
Just Torment up to Squishy. Looking for the shot, not going to find it. Gimmick comes in again. Now Classics
okay, 2-on-1.
Breakaway on the 3v1. Classics versus Torment. He gets enough speed on it, forcing the challenge to happen at the point of contact. Gets the pinch away, so everybody on Evil Genius is having to adjust to keep the drive going. Is another infield pass challenged again by Torment. With 30 seconds remaining, game 2 all but over here for Evil Geniuses. Cloud9 going to take a 2-game lead, and Evil Geniuses have to find a way to change things up in game number 3, or we'll have our 3rd sweep of the day.
And it would be unfortunate for Evil Geniuses, because again, that game differential starts to become more and more important as we talked about during the pre-show, that 4 through 6, even 7 and 8 slots, they all could be within one match score of each other. And that game differential could mean a lot for some teams.
Torment gave Classics the ball, and they didn't put the ball in the net.
They're gentlemen.
And you understand, like my objective now is, can a team who is losing this badly score 2 goals in a series? It hasn't happened yet today. Every team that's lost has only scored 1 goal and has been just obliterated. So Evil Geniuses can break the trend just by scoring anything here in game number 3. Instead, they could take the win. We could even possibly see this one turn around. What are going to be the big keys for Evil Geniuses here in game 3? What do they need to focus on right now?
Oh, that's a tough question. I think if I had to pick one thing to change.
Boost?
Boost is probably the biggest one to pick, just because, again, we talked about it a lot last week. You need Boost to do literally anything else.
Right. And they're playing well in net. The next step is transitioning out. They're managing to find clears off their own backboard. They're managing to find clears in weird places. They just have to be able to control their own back boost pads if they want to be able to move outwards into the midfield, which is where I also feel like they've been struggling the most.
Yeah, because there's something about, 950 some odd boost on the field about. So just controlling your own corners, your 200, and even 1 in the midfield, you gain a lot of pressure because you can maybe even go further and steal somebody's in their corner, and that just opens so many holes because people have to rotate further back to keep the pressure going. And it's just so valuable to at least make sure you have command over your own boost, because if you have at least 200 in the tank between your team, somebody's going to be able to make a play.
Every day on the RLCS, we have a different map rotation, or every week.
Oh, no. Oh, thank goodness.
Squishy finds
EG, and not thank goodness. I take it all back.
Squishy finds the goal, following contact from his teammates. His gimmick was up just a bit wide, but Squishy with a great follow. Here's the thing. I was saying, every week we have a different map rotation, okay? I don't know what map 4 is this week. We haven't seen map 4 yet, and I would love to find out.
Well, you'd like to see a quick answer here from Evil Geniuses. That is definitely perhaps the worst way for a match-ending game to start.
This gimmick again. There was 2 players on the backboard, very tightly positioned. Not the best setup for Cloud9. They get it all the way back down the field off the work from Gimmick and Torment. And now Squishy and Gimmick working together again. Another goal. The brutal victories continue for Cloud9 just when it looks like maybe Evil Geniuses has a chance.
And that actually went all the way back to when there was a demo in the Cloud9 corner. It was Corrupted G on the midfield line. He was a little too far forward, and it meant he couldn't cut off the angle after his teammate lost the challenge. He had to drive all the way back to his own corner to make the first play, and that time, and yes!
They find a response. Evil Geniuses get on the board here in game 3, and it's just a 1-goal game now.
Well, they get 1 back, and that's crucial. And thankfully, Cloud9 was nice enough to hand it right to him. It was not a good clear.
The kickoff was not very strong for Cloud9 on that one. But 4:28 left to go in game number 3. Evil Geniuses find a response to the 2 quick and difficult goals. Gimmick now finding a player in net, but neither of his teammates able to find the shot. And Squishy with a miss. Drippe now towards the backboard. Gimmick will follow it. Corrupted G now finds a loose ball. Classics airborne. Torment up to challenge and will get it away, but it's still out in front as Corrupted G will pass it back to Classics, which gives time for Gimmick to come in and cut off and intercept the ball, send it away, instead of giving it to the 3rd man.
Not a good touch on the midfield line from Evil Geniuses. I'm with you. Cloud9 was making plenty of mistakes there. A couple of missed touches, poor clears, and Evil Geniuses had an awesome opportunity to just apply so much pressure, but to the middle of the box, Classics with a big save.
Classics with an insane save after what was the... Okay, Drippe gets it away. The passing from Cloud9 has been insane in the last 30 seconds.
And what a recovery effort there from Torment, recognizing that he wasn't going to be able to land fast enough to push the ball back to the other side and buy Cloud9 to get reset.
Classics finding Corrupted G in the midfield, and now finding him in the corner. Going to maybe see if he can meet up with Drippe, but couldn't make contact, but he finds him anyways. Drippe gets it in, and we've got a tie game.
Drippe's had enough of just always having to wait his turn this go around. He says, whatever, we're going for it. It's Classics almost.
It's the passes from Classics there. I think that was maybe just the slimmest of pinches. It's the 2 players tag team that one in, and we're 2-all in game 3. Squish over to the side, and Gimmick now into the midfield. Corrupted G looking for the shot, but puts it wide. Now Torment out to Gimmick. Here comes Squishy. Wasn't able to find the shot. As Classics got up and in his way. Now Torment, pass to Classics alone back in the net as Torment looks to put pressure on him, but Classics gets airborne quickly. Corrupted G now bumped Drippe out as well. Torment shot is high. Will stay tied up. Squishy not quite able to reach to the ball, but traps on the wall, finds the flip off the ceiling, back onto Drippe's hood, but he gets it away. Nice position from Gimmick, though, to keep the pressure on. Now back down in as Classics airborne. Torment gets it away from him. The pressure from Cloud9 just keeps piling on as finally Evil Geniuses get it back out to midfield just to be punched right back in.
Oh, and that's a nasty hop to the middle, and they can't do anything about it. That bounce off the corner. There was no chance with this touch from Gimmick. Corrupted G, he had no idea what that ball was going to do, and it became worst case scenario, middle of the box.
Found the sweet spot right here at halftime. Cloud9 take the lead back. So Evil Geniuses looking for their first lead. Drippe gets it past one. Gimmick now up. Off the wall, no one challenging him as he already beat Drippe. Follows into the corner. Classics comes out, but the touch is soft and Squishy's there. Corrupted able to avoid demolition, but now the ball lofted above his goal. It'll be Drippe who gets it away. Now looking for Classics. Torment gets up and in the way to cause confusion. Ball still in the blue corners. Gimmick lofts it. Drippe wins the challenge. Now back down to Corrupted G. Nobody home in the net, but he puts it into the corner. Gimmick trying to carry this one away. Drippe trying to push it through. Corrupted G falls on it, and they can't get it in. Another chance to tie it up. But chaos reigns in the Cloud9 box, and the ball's back at midfield.
From bad to worse for EG, but another chance here. Corrupted G can't reach it. He missed the boost on the midfield line. And that just buys a few precious moments. Classics tries to sneak one into the lower left-hand corner. Down the gut, Corrupted G will tie it up.
Corrupted G. They are needing 2 shots every time to score right now, but at least it was there. Had the speed, 110 kilometers per hour. He puts it in, 68 miles per hour. In freedom units. 1 minute 36 seconds left to go. 6 goals in this game, the closest game we've had yet today. Classics into the corner. Corrupted G extends it. Classics with a fake, but Squishy right there behind Torment. He'll dribble this one out. Tried to fake Drippe, but finds that sweet spot where it blocks the ball no matter what you do. It's Torment, the pinch with Classics. Drippe up against Gimmick. Now back down to Squishy, looking for the shot directly on target. Corrupted G finds Drippe, now back out to Classics. A nice pass play all the way down, but Torment fell back, made the defensive stop on the retreat. As Classics demolished in the Cloud9 corner. Squishy's in net with 1 minute remaining. Anybody's ball game here in game 3.
Oh, that's a nasty hop again. Squishy couldn't get the read. He was expecting it to come out a little more towards the corner of the pitch, and instead it went right across the goal mouth, and he couldn't reach it. And Evil Geniuses have found a couple of good breakouts here in the latter seconds or so. Can they break down Cloud9 one more time and force a game 4?
Drippe with some moments of brilliance, setting up his teammates. Here comes Corrupted G with another shot. Squishy gets up in time. Gimmick needs to help him out, though. This one comes back down in front of the box. They bait in Drippe with that contact, but Torment and Squishy both up for this one as well. Not the best of setups, but they're all here at midfield. Might as well go for it. Gimmick now trying to chase this one down. A nice challenge. Squishy demolishing his own back corners. Torment keeps the pressure on. There's no follow-up from Evil Geniuses as they're losing the challenges in the midfield. Classics gets that one away on the goal line. Back
he missed.
Drippe finds the shot, but Gimmick gets in the way. The follow-up. Can Corrupted G find the target? No, it's Torment to get it away with 4 seconds left. Classics back around as Torment tries, but it's through the air, onto the side. Could finish it off in regulation as Corrupted G sends one more towards the goal, but it will fall short. Overtime in game 3.
I feel like Cloud9 used a lot of lifelines there to escape regulation and get to overtime because they were not making some particularly good touches on the ball. As Drippe tries to force a dribble at the top of his own box, and that will allow Cloud9 the first possession of OT.
Classics out towards Drippe. Into the corner. Gimmick gets it back out to Squishy. They extend it back. Gimmick following. Corrupted G will beat him to it. Torment and Squishy double committing in midfield. A bit of confusion, but no advantage made by Evil Geniuses on the space given. Squishy tries to follow this. Drippe with a pinch off the ceiling. Gimmick gets it back away. Keeps the power on it too, so it's back to midfield. Gimmick. Oh no, goal. You're kidding. What just, are you kidding? No. Cloud9 throw game 3, and we're going to game 4, Chiefs.
And Torment actually made a good play. He immediately went back to his own back wall after that initial clear from Gimmick off the back wall because he knew somebody from Evil Geniuses was going to be applying pressure, so he got ready for the save. The shot didn't come. Gimmick went up because he's like, oh, that's a bad touch. I can go get that one. And I think Torment said, I got it.
Called him off.
And he tried to turn off, and he was just too close, and Torment was like, not like this.
Here's the thing. So hold on. I want to know, because we haven't seen it yet today, what is map 4? Hey, we're going to Tokyo. Let's go. It's one of my favorites. It's beautiful. Anyways, game 4 there, towards the end, Cloud9 showing some significant, what looked like panic.
Yeah.
Which is something I wouldn't expect them to feel in that situation, even tied up. Like, this is a team that you've just dominated 2 games in a row. You should be able to find this victory, no problem. But the double commits, not just on the goal line, not just on their backboard, but at midfield. Situations where they should never be on top of each other. I don't know. Maybe a slight turn here. Maybe something Evil Geniuses can take advantage of.
Well, there definitely were, I agree with you, some real communication issues. Not always getting the best touch, but the biggest plus was Evil Geniuses being able to capitalize that and get the ball back, apply the pressure. They couldn't do it every time. Sometimes they got away with murder over on the Cloud9
that game, the way that game started, 2 fantastic
goals. 2 big goals.
2 enormous goals that looked like that was it. It's done. It's completely over. But no, Evil Geniuses find their way back in, and a few Cloud9 mistakes later, we're in game 4.
And one never knows. I mean, Evil Geniuses, we've the past few seasons have been sort of that dark horse. Maybe they take a few games. Maybe they work their way into the top 3 spot. And it takes one, you know? You've given him an inch.
We were talking at the beginning of the day about how the big 3 look very easily set up to finish all at 4-0 today. And I kept saying, one of these games has to be an upset, right? Is this it? I'm not willing to hang my hat on it just yet, but if Evil Geniuses are able to win game 4, we just might see some craziness happen here in week 3.
Cloud9 definitely gave him game 3. It's on Evil Geniuses to take what they're given and win game 4.
This Gimmick finding the pass across. Drippe up to challenge, and Drippe I feel like there's been some notable improvement in this series with Drippe over previous weeks. Especially with the goal that tied things up to send us to overtimes, just moving into the corner saying, hey, I've got to put the team on my back. I was a clutch player in Australia. Can I do it again? Gimmick, are you kidding? I was like, he's got to pass it to Squishy, right? He's not going to be able to find the shot by himself, but Gimmick finds it to lead in game 4.
Classics, just a little too far forward. He didn't want to run into that lip going for that challenge, and it's just a beautiful job sticking that ball as close to the wall as possible, making it impossible for Classic to take that ball into the corner, and he can only put it off his back wall, and of course the precision from Gimmick right next to the post, able to fit it around it. Well done.
Cloud9 with the first goal. Evil Genius is still yet to lead in regulation. Their only lead came in overtime of game 3. This Gimmick now to Torment, extending this down the field and sent to the side by Drippe. Here comes Squishy off the ceiling looking for his teammates. It's off the top of Classics. This Gimmick moves in, can't quite find it.
Classics cut off his teammate too. He went over Corrupted G's head, and thankfully that clear from Squishy into the corner will allow them some space to work with, but definitely something to keep your eye on for the EG defense, as that is pinched right off his hood, and Drippe off his own post, able to tip it to safety and buy a few precious seconds.
None of the Cloud9 offenders able to find the rebound. So they had 3 difficult but possibly doable opportunities. Classics gets out of net despite the influence from Torment. Squishy dropped a shot down in, and here comes Evil Geniuses on the far side. Drippe's shot is just wide, and Squishy will extend it out to Gimmick. Back up onto the ceiling. Out to Torment, looking for the infield pass, blocked by Classics. It'll be Squishy to turn this one around. Try to get his team back into the orange. Gimmick up the wall. Squishy plays it onto the backboard, got 2 defenders out. Torment just slightly too far forward for that contact. Now following, holding on to ball control. Corrupted G able to beat Squishy, now back across into the blue as we approach halftime. Still just the 1 goal for Cloud9 in game 4. A win here would put the series away. Gimmick now past 2.
You thought EG might have earned themselves an extra possession there, but unfortunately Corrupted G was that 3rd man back. He got real close to Classics, ready to support in case he lost the challenge, but they still hang on to the ball at the midfield line, and Cloud9 still trying to find a way to break out.
Corrupted G dumping it back into his teammates. Drippe and Classics with a double commit. That will ruin that offensive opportunity. Squishy now up on the wall, looking to find Torment. Comes off the ceiling by himself. Pinches it with Corrupted G. The ball will stay neutral. An excellent challenge from the Pirate, but Gimmick gets a pass too. Corrupted G stops it, but Torment's back in with the shot. 2-0 for Cloud9. The double commits keep hurting Evil Geniuses.
Double commits the real problem, but also Gimmick again showing that why first touch is so important. Just a nice little tap, see what's in front of you, make the adjustment, get the ball to the middle, and Torment will score it for you.
1:49 on the clock, no goals for Evil Geniuses in game 4. We need to find 2. They want to get us to overtime. Drippy now crowding the corner. Squishy out of his own back third, gets it past 1, but Corrupted G puts it back in again. Torment now back out, and the ball has stayed in this corner since kickoff. Torment and Squishy both get this one out to midfield. Now Gimmick will emerge with ball control, getting chased down by Classics, looking for the demolition. Doesn't quite find it, actually bumps him into the corner, and now a bad situation for Classics. The Torment can't get it through him. Classics with the excellent positioning gets it away.
Oh, you're going to have to give one heck of an effort medal to Gimmick if he was able to get an assist out of that one. Just no boost the whole time, and that's also a great stop, and Squishy coming out of the corner will find it clear. And Evil Geniuses, that was a good counterattack, but still held at bay.
Drippe pass 2. Off to the back line, Squishy looking for Torment now as he tries to bump it back down to his team captain, up and onto the side. Here comes Gimmick, but the shot is wide. We'll stay at 2 goals. Classics now past 1. Corrupted G in, the ball back into the orange corner thanks to Torment. Gimmick with 1. A blitz of a demolition. As Torment drops it back to Gimmick. Drippe now looking for Corrupted G for the infield pass. Shot on target. Squishy gets one save, but Drippe's there to put it in. 33 seconds left, and Evil Geniuses have a hope.
And again, they catch Cloud9 on the counterattack. Gimmick not able to tip the ball to safety into the corner. Squishy as well. Just too close to that near post. It was shot directly at him, which means there was no way for him to tip that ball to safety into the corner. It could only go to the top of the box. So a lot of credit actually has to be given for not the most well-placed shot by Corrupted G to at least take away a clear option and give him a chance.
There's only 1 defender. Just as long as you can eliminate that defender in any way, do not give him an opportunity to put it into his corners. But Torment all the way back down the field. Squishy now with ball control to punt over 1. Corrupted G putting it back to midfield with 12 seconds left. Evil Genius has got to find 1 more goal. Drippe with the challenge. It's neutral, and Squishy dumps it to Torment. Another shot high. Classics puts it up on his own backboard with 3 seconds remaining. They can't even get it out of their own back third. Drippe with a launch. Does Corrupted G have enough boost is the question.
Oh, clever touch.
Dumped down onto the side. It's still alive here on the wall, but that went all the way to an empty corner. Squishy should be able to kill this over the top of 2 and down. Cloud9. It takes longer than it looked like it would after the first 2 games, but they do secure the victory over Evil Geniuses.